Assalamu alaikum. Have a good day. Welcome to Financial Management e-learning. We are going to discuss business ethics, corporate governance, and business laws. We are in domain comparison of English law with alternative legal systems. Today, we will discuss under this module 16 the essential elements of the tort of negligence, including duty, breach, and damage, loss, injury, and the liability of the professionals in respect of negligent enterprise. The tort, the law gives various rights. The law gives various rights to persons. Tort is distinguished from other legal wrongs. It is not a breach of contract when the obligation which is alleged to have been breached occurs under the argument between two parties. And it is not a crime where the object of proceeds is to punish the offender rather than compensate the victim. So a tort is a civil wrong, and the person wrongs sue in a civil court for compensation. The claimants claim generally in that he has suffered a loss, such as a personal injury at the hands of the defendant, and the defendant should pay damages. If we see the types of tort, there are different types of tort recognized by the English law, and each tort set for a certain expected standard of behavior, and that is the tort of negligence, the tort of defamation, the tort of trespass, both against the person and property, and the tort of nuisance. Now, in a tort, no previous transactions or contractual relationship need exist. The parties may be complete strangers, as when a motorist known down in the street. The claim in a tort is based on the general law of duties and rights. Claim in tort is based on the general law of duties and rights. If we see the example, if we see a road accident lead to proceedings for the both crime and tort, and even in contract, say the driver is a hired gopher, and bad professional advice may give rise to liability both in the tort and in contract. Okay, so the tort of negligence, if we see the tort of negligence, the most significant tort of modern times, and tort is an important branch of the law regulating business conduct. So negligence is the most important modern tort. To succeed in an action or negligence in the climate must provide the defendant had a duty of care to avoid causing injury, damage, or loss. There was a breach of third party by the defendant. In consequence, the claimant suffered injury, damage, or loss. So the tort of negligence can be defined as causing loss by the failure to take reasonable care when there is a duty to do so. So in the modern thought of negligence, a duty is imposed on a person by law to act with a care towards others. If this duty exists and there is a failure to act carefully and another suffers loss, then the tort of negligence is committed. So what happened? A duty is imposed on a person by law to act with care towards others. If this duty exists and there is a failure to act carefully and another suffers loss, then the tort of negligence is committed. So it is the modern tort of negligence. So negligence law is mainly governed by the case law and the subsequent decision by the court. So negligence law is mainly governed by case law and the subsequent decisions by the courts. The fact that negligence law is mostly case law means it can sometimes be difficult to understand and to apply to situations. This has then led to a number of development with recourse to the law of negligence that the court have deals with. So if we see the essential elements of the tort of negligence, there are different types of themes here, but the element of the court's action toward negligence are the duty to use ordinary care. A duty to use ordinary care. Breach of the duty. It is the elements of the tort of negligence. A proximate causal connection between the negligent conduct and the resulting injury and resulting damage. So the elements of the cause of action for negligence are a legal duty to use due care, a breach of the duty, a reasonable cause connection between the breach and the plaintiff's resulting injury, actual loss or damage to the plaintiff. So the four element of the tort of negligence is the climate suffered, the types of the damage recognized by the law of tort, the dependent towards the climate of the duty of care, the dependent breached with the duty of care, the breach caused to the climate reasonably possible damage. So the burden of the proof will always be in the climate. Then look here, the duty, breach, maze, and this caused the negligence. How is negligence determined? Or not negligence has occurred is a matter of satisfying four questions. What is that? Did the dependent, the person being used, warn the plaintiff, the person injured, a duty of care? And did the dependent breach their duty of care? Did the plaintiff suffer an injury or other damage? Was the injury or damage caused as a result of the breach of the duty of care? So all these factors must be satisfied. If even one is not satisfied, then the plaintiff will not be able to establish that the dependent was negligent. To determine the negligence, the four questions should be satisfied. If satisfied, then negligence can be determined. Now, due to reason, damage, loss, injury, and the liability of the professional in respect of the negligence advice. So, duty, that means obligation, one person to another, flows from linear to social customs, philosophy, and religion. Serving as the glue of the society, duty is the thread that binds human to one another in community. Duty constrains and channel behavior in a society responsible way before the fact, and it provides the basics of the judging the propriety of behavior thereafter. And breach, the second element of the thought of negligence is the misconduct itself, the dependence, improper act or omission, normally referred to as the dependent breach of duty. This element implies the practice of the standard of the proper behavior to avoid imposing under risks of harm to other persons and their property, which creates back to the duty. Damages or loss, this is the third element of the negligence claim. A claim will not succeed in damage or loss is not proved. A person will only be compensated if they suffer actual loss, injury, damage, or harms as a consequence of the dependent's actions. Example of such loss may be include personal injury, include nervous stroke, damage to property, financial loss, which is directly connected with the personal injury, or example, a loss of earnings, a poor financial loss, and the really recovered and usually limited to the instant way of the defenders in an identified person who act as in a professional capacity for the claims. And injury, if you see any insulting from impairment the legally protected right or interest, the primary purpose is thought is to the compensate injury. So look here, duty, the dependent owned to duty to the plaintiff. Breach, the dependent breach the duty through their action or inaction. In caution, the dependents breach caused damage or injury to the plaintiff, and damages the plaintiffs who are harmed to injure or injured as a result of the dependence breach. So if we see the total liability, where it's come the fault, that means strict liability, gross negligence, and intentionally. And types of injury, there are two types: to the person, to the property, to the person, full death, assault, and bichari, mental distress. And mental can be privacy, internal inclusion, or of emotional distress, and libel instance, and also it can be false impressions. And the property, there's a nuisance, the public or private, and test bad, a fault, product, disparagement, and unfair compensation. And the types of damage can be generally two types: compulsory and punitive. And compulsory, that means expenses, loss to ease, pain and suffering. And execution, that means negligence of plaintiff and assumption of breach. So this is the total liability. So here we see that a duty breach causes damages, and we have to damages and look, the liability of professional and respect and negligence advice. The law of negligence professional advice is influenced strongly by the Capricus, and in this case it was held in the auditors of a public limited company did not owe a duty of care to the public, and a large who related under the audit report were making an investment decision. These important and controversial cases made considerably changes the thought of the negligence as a whole, and the negligence of the professional in particular, instead of precedent which now from the foundation of the course of the consider with deciding the liability of the professional advice. So professional advice, that when law of negligence, for example, you are accountant, we are accountant, if another accountant call you for understanding that what is the rate of tax deduction rate of this particular item, and I think if you advise him do this way and he did this way, and it makes it wrong, so it is also, it would be the one professional negligence for advice. And so we have to very careful to give any advice. Before giving any advice, we have to understand it, we have to think it, we have to know properly, and after knowing properly we have to advise. So it's all for today. So today we discuss the tort and the types of tort and the tort of negligence and the essential element of the tort of negligence, duty, breach, cause and damage, and how is negligence determined, and the duty, breach, damage of laws and inquiry, and also tort liability, and some of the liability of the professionals in respect of the negligence advice. So it's all for today. Inshallah, we'll meet with you with my next module 17. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.